Welcome, fam. Imagine this. You're hiking in the wilderness, soaking in the beauty around you, when suddenly you come face to face a bear. The tranquility of the forest is suddenly shattered by the sight of the massive creature. There you are, a mere human, standing before a towering beast, with power that's truly humbling to witness. It's an unexpected encounter that could turn your serene adventure into a life-threatening situation in a blink of an eye. The heart pounding in your chest, the adrenaline rushing through your veins. It's a moment of pure instinct, where every decision could mean the difference between survival and disaster. But what would you do? Would you know how to react? This isn't just a hypothetical scenario, it's a real-life incident that happened to an outdoor enthusiast not too long ago. He was out in the wilderness, much like you might be, when he encountered a bear. But luckily for him, he had the knowledge and the preparedness that ultimately saved his life. You see, being an outdoor enthusiast isn't just about the thrill of adventure. It's about respecting the unpredictability of nature and understanding that we, as humans, are not always at the top of the food chain. It's about knowing that the wilderness can be both beautiful and dangerous, serene and chaotic. Your safety, when out in the wild, depends not only on the gear you carry, but also on the knowledge you possess. Understanding survival tactics is essential. Knowing how to react when you come across a wild animal, how to find your way back if you get lost, how to signal for help, or how to find food and water can be the difference between life and death. Survival is not about strength, it's about wisdom. It's about the ability to stay calm, think rationally, and use your knowledge to navigate through the challenges that the wilderness might throw at you. This is why it's essential to know these survival tips, starting from number 10, stay wise and safe. Tip number 10, understand your surroundings. This is not just about recognizing whether you're in a forest, a desert, or on a mountain. It goes beyond that. It's about the minute details, the subtle nuances of the environment. It's about the wind's direction, the sky's color, the vegetation around you, the soil beneath your feet. It's about being aware of the weather conditions, anticipating changes that could impact your journey. It's also about knowing the potential risks in the area. Are there dangerous animals? Is the terrain prone to landslides? Are there poisonous plants? Such knowledge can guide you in making informed decisions, whether it's choosing the right path, setting up camp, or deciding when to rest. Understanding your surroundings is about cultivating a deep sense of awareness and connection with nature. It's about respecting the wild, not fearing it. Because remember, knowing your surroundings can make the difference between a safe journey and a dangerous situation. Moving on to tip number 9, stay hydrated. Hydration is not just crucial for survival, but it's also key to maintaining your energy levels and mental clarity. Our bodies are akin to well-oiled machines, and water is our oil. Now, finding water in the wilderness can be a bit of a challenge. Look for natural water sources like rivers, streams, or lakes. Rainwater is another excellent source. But remember, not all water is safe to drink. Beware of water contamination. Always boil the water or use a water purifier if you have one. In the absence of these, a simple cloth filter can remove many impurities. Even the clearest stream can carry harmful bacteria or parasites. So, don't be fooled by appearances. Hydration is essential, yes, but drinking contaminated water can be worse than not drinking at all. Remember, water is your best friend in the wilderness. Tip number 8 is about packing essential supplies. The wilderness can be unpredictable, and having the right tools at your disposal can make all the difference in a survival situation. Imagine this. You're out on a trail, and you take a tumble. A first aid kit is not just handy, it's crucial. It can help you treat minor injuries or stabilize more severe ones until help arrives. But what if you lose your way? This is where navigation tools like a compass and maps come into play. They can guide you back to safety when technology fails or batteries die. And let's not forget about sustenance. Emergency food and water might not be gourmet, but they can keep you going when you're lost or stranded. Remember, what you pack in your bag is just as important as the journey itself. So, pack wisely, because in the wilderness, packing smart can save your life. Tip number 7, know how to signal for help. It's a crucial survival skill when you're in the wild. A blast on a whistle can carry over vast distances, penetrating dense foliage. A mirror, properly angled, can catch the sun and flash a message to overhead planes or far-off rescuers. Creating a smoke signal is another effective method, as it can be seen for miles. Remember 3 of anything, 3 blasts, 3 flashes, 3 puffs of smoke, is a universal distress signal. A correct signal can be your lifeline in a crisis. Tip number 6, learn how to start a fire. Fire is a multifaceted tool in survival scenarios. It provides warmth, warding off hypothermia during cold nights. It's a kitchen in the wilderness, enabling you to cook food, kill bacteria, and make water safe to drink. It's also a beacon, sending signals of your presence to potential rescuers. Fire is an ally that can keep you alive, but only if you know how to summon it. Mastering fire starting is a key survival skill. Halfway through with tip number 5, know how to build a shelter. In the wilderness, your survival can hinge on your ability to create a refuge from the elements and predators. Whether you're up against the chilling winds of a mountain range or the searing heat of a desert, a well-crafted shelter can be your fortress. It could be a lean-to, a snow cave, or even a hammock in the trees. The key is adaptability to your surroundings. Remember, a good shelter can be a lifesaver. Scene script. On to tip number 4. Identify edible plants and insects. When in the wild, it's paramount to know which plants and bugs are safe to consume. Not all vegetation is created equal. Some are nutritious, others are deadly. Insects, too, can be a plentiful source of protein if you know what to look for. Familiarize yourself with the basics of foraging, and you'll never go hungry. Remember, survival is not just about finding food, but finding the right kind of food. When you're lost, knowing your food sources is crucial. Tip number 3. Master basic navigation skills. It's crucial to understand the cardinal directions: north, south, east, and west. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west, and at night, the stars can guide you. For instance, the North Star Polaris is a reliable compass in the northern hemisphere. These natural cues are invaluable in the wilderness, where traditional navigation tools may not be available. Remember, getting lost can be deadly. Navigation skills are your way home. Almost there with tip number 2, learn basic first aid. Imagine being in the wilderness and you or your companion gets a nasty cut, a snake bite, or starts showing signs of hypothermia. Terrifying, isn't it? But with basic first aid knowledge, you can manage these scenarios effectively. Understanding how to clean a wound, apply pressure to stop bleeding, treat a snake bite, or warm someone up can be invaluable. Remember, in these situations, first aid knowledge can be the difference between life and death. And the most important tip, number 1, stay calm. Now, this may seem easier said than done, especially when you're in the throes of a crisis. But trust me, maintaining your composure is your greatest ally. When you stay calm, your mind is clear, enabling you to make rational decisions. It's a simple truth. Panic never solved anything. It only leads to hasty actions, poor judgment, and regrettable mistakes. Imagine this. You're lost in a dense forest. Your heart is racing. Your mind is a whirlwind of thoughts, but hold on, take a deep breath. Allow the quiet to creep in. Listen to the rustling leaves, feel the cool wind on your skin. Ground yourself in the present. Remember, you have the tools, the knowledge, and the will to survive. Every crisis, no matter how big or small, is manageable if you approach it with a cool head. In the face of danger, your greatest weapon is a calm mind.